All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another rambling session here. I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. But yeah, hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody was safe. And yeah, let's see. Not much happened here over the weekend. Pretty much hibernated Saturday. Not really did a whole lot. I think we just stayed home for the most part. Saturday night, we went to my cousin's house. He just got in my house, so it's a really nice brick home. And so he invited everybody over. He made ribs, so we got to go over there and have ribs with him. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, Saturday, I mean, that's what we did. Friday, just hung around the house. Didn't do a whole lot there neither. Other than that, it's a pretty chill weekend. Of course, everybody knows I went to church on Sunday. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's how the weekend went. I hope everybody had a good weekend, like I said. And I'm trying to figure out how to word everything. So as I go, I don't write scripts. I'm not going to write scripts. This all comes off the top of my head. So, but yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Yep, this is Tuesday in January. What are we in? Is this the second week in January already? It's crazy, ain't it? Man, January is just like cruising on. I can't believe it's already moving that fast. But time will tell how things play out this year. Looking forward to seeing all the different things and just the seasons and everything. My two favorite seasons are spring and fall because it's really not too hot, not too cold. I like a nice, just comfortable, you can just go outside. It just feels good out there. You're not like either freezing to death or you're not burning up, melting down like an ice cube. Not a fan. That's me. That's where I stand on the season. So looking forward to the spring. We're just now, I guess, trying to get into winter. Winter really hasn't started here. This week's been pretty chilly. Last week was nice. I mean, all up Friday was great. I mean, it was like 78 degrees, I think, almost, but it wasn't like hot 78 degrees. It was just a nice Friday. And then of course over the weekend it got cooler. We've been in the 50s, 60s. The mornings have been pretty chilly in the 30s. Here it's different. It kind of like it cuts to the bone, where in other places, from what I understand, it's a little different. I've never been in the northern when it's been cold, I guess. So here in this part of Texas, when it gets cold, it gets bitter cold, and so but it doesn't happen a whole lot. So I guess that's why I stay here in Texas. I don't know about driving in all that snow. Yeah, I think I'm just rambling on about nothing really. Let's see what I was thinking about. What I was thinking about today, the past couple of days, I guess I could share. I was thinking about sharing more about my life, I guess, in the past. I was kind of thinking about how me and my wife got together, and how that happened. So I'll try to keep that short. I don't want to get into all the little nooks and crannies and details of every little thing, but I'll try to sum it up the best I can. So I was thinking about calling this "How I Met Your Mother," but I didn't want to copy that from the TV show. I thought maybe too cliche or too, silly. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. Just kind of how we met and how we come together and how we come to be today. So basically, I was going to one church here in the town that we were at, and then she was going into another church in the town next to us, and we didn't know each other. But we had a friend, which I didn't know this, but she came to my church one Wednesday night. I was out of town working, so I missed Wednesday night. During that time, for the other job I used to do construction, so I traveled a lot for that company. And she showed up Wednesday night. Well, then I went to church on Sunday, and they talked about her, and that they had this college girl show up. This is not my wife. Well, she started coming kind of regularly. But what I didn't know was, I don't think really anybody else knew, she was actually going to the other church where my wife was from, and taking some courses there. I think it's called FBI, Faith Baptist Institute, or something like that. I'm probably wrong and probably messed it up. So for anybody who watches this that goes to church, forgive me. She was doing that. So she was going to that church, but she was also visiting ours because sometimes it was just kind of convenient and kind of closer because she was going to school here in town. So she started coming kind of regularly, and well, we kind of got to know her a little bit. Well, me and the pastor, which my grandpa at the time, we would go out to lunch after church. So he started inviting her to come with us, and so we just got to know her a little bit better. So that was pretty neat. And so she was a younger, I don't want to say girl, but I guess girl or whatever, in her early 20s at that time, I guess, because it's been, I guess I've known her for 5 years now. I've known her as long as I've known my wife. So, well then, I guess that was in 2020. And so kind of for that whole year, we're just kind of getting to know each other. Well, then one day, it was after Labor Day, I guess, somewhere around in there. It was September, I think so. She hit me up right after church one day, wanted to know if she could talk to me. And I was like, okay. I had no idea what was going on. My mind was like running a million different things at once. What could this be? What does she want to talk to me about? And I don't remember how she did it, how she started it, but she said something about that she has a friend in this other church that she's been going to, and that she wanted to know if I'd be interested in, I guess, meeting her or talking to her or something like along them lines. I can't remember exactly how she said it. And see, and my thought was no. And it wasn't because I didn't know her, never seen her. It's just I just had some stuff happen right before this, and so I had this big thing happen, and I was kind of done, I guess, with women. I guess at that time I wasn't really. I just had a bad experience, so I was just kind of done with all that, and I wasn't really interested in dating at that time. So I told her that I said I wasn't really interested in dating anybody right now. And so she's just like, well, she's really nice and sweet and trying to, tell me about her. And so she showed me a picture. It's like, okay. Well, then in my mind, I guess, I don't know, maybe the Lord was speaking to me. I really don't know. It was just kind of like, well, what's it gonna hurt to have a friend in another church? And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess it'll be okay. But I'm not trying to date this person. I don't know her. So she had her email. Because she didn't want to give me her number, so she gave me an email that I could contact her. So I'm like, okay, I'll say hi. So that's what I did. I don't know if I did it that night or if I did it the next day, because I had to go back on the road again and go out of town, and I was gone. I can't remember if I was down south. I can't remember if I was down in Taft or I was down there by San Antonio. I can't remember. It was somewhere down there, and might have been Corpus. I think Taft was closer to Corpus. Anyways, and but yeah, so I decided to. Okay, I told her I'd email it. Well, then she went back and told my wife that he said he was going to say hi. She's like, what does that mean? This is what she told me later on. So come to find out, okay, check this out. See, this was the plan all year long, was to introduce me to her from the beginning of the year. Once we got to know one another and friendly and everything. And so like all year long, like she was been talking to everybody and been praying about it and trying to figure out if she should do this or not, because it could backfire. I mean, we don't know how that was going to work. We could meet somebody and it seemed nice at first, a couple months, and it falls apart. We really don't know. Then she would have felt bad. So, and even her, I guess she might have been dating Pastor's son at that time. And I think he said that he told her, don't do it because it could be bad. And so all year long, they've been talking about it, talking to Pastor's wife, and everything, and everybody knew about it. Well, then finally, my wife, they finally told her about it. I still didn't know until that moment, until she said something to me about it. So all year long, this has been some secret that I had no idea about. Neither one of us knew really about it until towards the end of the year. And then, so I sent her an email. So that's basically how we got started, was for like 2 weeks. We just emailed each other back and forth while I was out of town and everything. And she would respond like a day later or so. Well, then she told me during those emails that she liked going out to the lake, because there's a lake out here. And so I just, in passing, would you like to meet at the lake sometime? You know. And so that's kind of how we met. There was from a mutual friend, and so we ended up meeting, going out to the lake after about 2 weeks of emailing, kind of getting to know one another. She seemed really nice. So I was like, okay, I'm interested to see who this person is. Put a face to what I'm reading here on this, because just because somebody types something don't mean it's actually true until you see them. When she showed me that picture that time, it was kind of a hard, you could see her, but it was kind of like a sideways pose, and there were some other women there. So it was just not a good picture. But I thought she was kind of cute. I was like, okay, hey, give it a try. You never know. So I didn't know what to expect. So we met at the lake. So I pulled in there in my old, I'm just gonna say, it was a crappy Dodge. It was not a good truck, but that's all I could afford at the time. So I only paid $500 for it, if that tells you anything. Well, then here I am. I'm in just a regular old shirt, a flannel button-up shirt, and some jeans and some shoes. You know, it's just kind of the way I rolled. You know, I didn't even think about dressing like really super nice. I just being casual, because I didn't know how this was gonna play out. Well, then she gets out of the car, and I'm just like, great. This is some classy chick, okay? She looked just kind of like a classy, just really nice. And here I am, just, really, Chris? Good job, bud. Good job. And I was like, when I saw her, I was like, ain't no way. She ain't gonna like you, dude. There's no way she's gonna like you, man. I was like, all right. So I just kind of like scratched the whole, there's no sense in even worrying about this is gonna go anywhere. We could be friends. That's just like 100 things running through my mind from the time I saw her until we meet and we're shaking hands. It's like, okay. Well, then it's like we start kind of talking, and I didn't know what to say to this woman. I never, met her before. I don't know what to do. This is weird and it's awkward. And so we kind of start chatting, and we're walking around the lake, and we walk through some trails, and then the conversation just started building. We started having a really good time, and then like by the end of it, I could have talked to her forever, it seemed like. And I think we were there for like 3 hours. I mean, who does that on the first time meeting somebody? You normally meet somebody, you spend 30, 45 minutes kind of talking to them, and then you kind of go on your way and you make an assessment. But it was just kind of like, we could have sat there and kept talking and just kept talking, but she had to go. I think it was her dad's birthday that day. She's gonna correct me later on. It's okay, I'm not worried about it. This doesn't have to be perfect. So, but yeah, and then I knew when we left there, I was like, God, Father, is this my wife? Okay, because I felt so comfortable. And normally, I'm not comfortable with anybody. Not really, especially somebody I've never met before. And I just met you, I'm uncomfortable automatically. It's just the way I am. I'm weird. We all know that by now. So that's kind of how we met. It was just a quick little thing there, and then we just kind of been inseparable ever since there. I mean, I'm telling you, I think we didn't miss a weekend. We talked ever since that day. I think we met that day, and then Sunday, I think she came to my church Sunday evening because she teaches Sunday school, so she couldn't miss the morning service, but she missed that evening service. She came to church, and then we went out to dinner, and neither one of us barely ate anything because just so nervous. And it was funny. And I'd always eat. But that was one of the first times that I couldn't eat because I was kind of, I mean, I ate a little bit, but I had to take a to-go box. Normally, I don't take a to-go box home. If I'm taking a to-go box home, there's something wrong with me. And so did she. She took one home too. But I got a number that night. I'm working pretty quick here. And then ever since then, I think the next weekend, we decided to start dating. I mean, it was that quick. I mean, we went, and there's some trails and some parks around here that you can go walking into and everything. So we ended up decided we should start dating. It was pretty cool, man. So that's how I met my wife. I don't know. And that's, okay, check this out. That's the same place at the lake is where I proposed to her. In the same, because there's this one spot, there's the boat ramp, and then over here's some woods and the trails, and you can go walk to the trails, and it clears open to some nice big area. And there's people that camp out there and build fires out there at times, and people swim on that side too. Well, there's this one section where she said that she liked to walk out there and wade in the water. And then she'd just be splashing out there. It just made me laugh when she told me that day, when we met that day. I just that's just too funny. For some reason, that stuck in my mind, and that was like a special place for her. And for us now, because, we met there. So that's where I went out there, and we went out there and I proposed to her there. Like 2 years later, I finally wore her down. No, it was good. It was sweet. So that's how I met my wife. Yeah. And then we've been together ever since, inseparable. I'm telling you, since we started dating, I'm telling you, we talked every day, and we saw each other every weekend for, because we met in 2020 at the end there, and we actually met, it was October when we actually face-to-face. And then, yeah, since 2020. It's kind of weird because that's when COVID was going on in the beginning of the year, and how it went all throughout the year. And she said the same thing. Now she says, like, well, how am I going to meet anybody now with COVID? I'm telling you, God can provide, man. If you trust in the Lord, He will provide. So that's, but yeah, I don't know if anybody cares about that or not, but it means something special to us because that's how we come together. And I knew God brought her because I prayed. I prayed for many years, for a long time for a wife. But then I got specific on what I was actually looking for a wife. And crazy thing is, He checked off every box, everything I asked for, all the way down to little details. And one of them I was really surprised that He actually checked off, and that was amazing. So I know God answers prayer. But what was crazy though, that year I wasn't doing things God's way. I was doing it my way, and I was making mistakes. And I finally come to that end and realized that, and it was time to do it God's way. And then when you do that, God steps in and does what He's going to do. And it's for your best, and it works out great. So yeah, I know this was a long one. I didn't realize I was going to talk that long about how we met, but there's a lot of other details in there I'm going to skip out. But yeah, that's how me and my wife met. It's how we met. So I think I'm going to leave it there, and I hope y'all have a good couple of days, and then I will see you on Friday. So until then, till we meet again, peace and ramble on.